This is Candy, the praying mantis. She loves to hunt, but I'm scared of overfeeding her. So I decided to make her some play food using my 3D printer. I think I'll need a 3D model of an insect and a pole to attach it to. Thingiverse has some truly amazing 3D models of insects. I need something more simple though. This butterfly looks exactly what I need. So I downloaded the butterfly 3D model from Thingiverse, and now I've opened it in Flash Print, the software that comes with my 3D printer. So it looks pretty good, but I think it's way too big. My printer prints things around 15 centimeters in size, so I think the butterfly should have a wing diameter of, let's see, I'll do 5 centimeters. So I'll click on here, just scale the object, and think it's the X, yep, the one, red one here. So I will make this 50 millimeters, and it should scale the rest of it. So next I will need a handle. So I've just fired up FreeCAD, which is about one of the most easy to use 3D software packages for actually creating 3D objects. I must admit I'm a total noob at this, but I should be able to make a shape. So I basically need to make the long thin handle for the butterfly, and what I'll do here is to click on the part, and let's see, let's start with a cube. So I'm going to make it 80 millimeters long and just 2 millimeters wide and 2 millimeters high. And that's basically my handle. So I will go to File and then Export, and I'll export this object as an STL file. These are compatible with just about all 3D printers. So back in Flash Print, I'll just go to File and then import the object, and I've called it butterflyhandle.stl, and load this one in. So obviously it's facing the wrong way, so let's see, it's clicked on there. First thing I need to do is just rotate it. Let's see, the blue one. I like how user friendly this is. So now if I zoom in, all I have to do is to move on. I need to move the handle down a bit. Yep. And zoom in. I must admit I'm quite new to 3D printing, but I think this will probably print okay. Probably knows that these objects should be combined. Let's see, that looks okay. I need to move this one a bit. So if you see this object from the side, you'll notice it's really thin. So there can be a bit of an issue when you're printing very thin 3D objects. I have got a video about printing 3D objects that are really thin, so check the description below for that. Basically, I have found if you start slicing, go to Raft and print with the raft, because otherwise the object doesn't always stick to the bed. And what I do here is change the space to model Z from 0.15 to 0.2. That means there's more space between the raft and the object. I'll also change the above raft extrusion ratio down to 40%. You might have to change these depending on your printer you have, but these seem to work very well with the Flash Forge Adventurer I have. What these two settings do is that it makes it much easier to remove the object from the raft. So now previewing it, it will print a raft, which does take more material. Hopefully the object will print okay. So let's go ahead and print this object. The printing looks pretty good, so I'll remove it from the bed and then remove the object from the raft. Let's go. Nice satisfying snapping noise. Okay, so this looks pretty good. It's a bit bright. There you go. So now I'll very carefully remove it from the raft itself. Incidentally, if you want to print thin objects yourself, then take a look at a video that I've done about how to print 3D objects that are really thin like this. Removing objects from a raft can be quite tricky, but I found that it's much easier to print them with a raft than to not have a raft at all. So it's not looking too bad. And here it comes. Okay, so I've done the hard part, but now the easy part won't come off. Okay, so there it is. It looks pretty beautiful. It's quite thin, so let's see what the Mantis thinks of this. I'd love to know if your mantis is playful. Let me know in the comments below. Candy is a Yunnan flower mantis, and she loves to hunt, especially flying prey. My Timor Shield mantis is much more aloof. He or she just isn't interested in playing with my Mantis toy. Maybe when they reach adulthood they will become much more playful. Also, I'll just mention that my mantis is much less interested in her toy after she's had some actual food. Remember not to disturb your mantis when they're molting either. Incidentally, if you want to play with your mantis, you don't actually need an insect-looking toy. I actually found my mantis loves to chase this 3D printed spade I made for my dolls. Now I'm going to let my mantises rest and just hang out. Thanks for watching.